When I was a kid, I saw a construction site with a whole pile of dirt, and I asked my dad, what are they going to do with all that dirt? He said, dig a hole and bury it. What?
When they come to me and have them right there, and I just grab it, right down my knee, and double hit them with my knee. Yeah. Every now and then, that blow on the middle. Yeah. High it is, I've got a foot. And it turns off, so we'd always push that high, and I'd stack it between the big poles somewhere and keep it coming down, and it wouldn't come down. Then you put it on the bicycle, like I stacked 8 bicycles, no 9 bicycles.
Hey friends, welcome back to the Renewed Homestead. I'm Ben. What are we doing now? Yep, we had the equipment up here. Now we're going to show you some footage. This is where our greenhouse is going to be. And we've watched this actually for a couple of years now, where the sun rises and sets and trees and buildings and so forth. This is probably the best location we could possibly have. So while we had the equipment up here, we had them grade this off and level it for us. Our greenhouse is going to be, the ribs are 16 feet wide. We have 8 of them, so we're going to go just about 40 feet long. But what's with the big dig in here? Well, we are going to put in air tubes. We've got 2-inch pipe, PVC pipe. There's a whole bunch of it left up here, as you've seen in other videos. We're going to put it in here. We're going to bury it down a couple feet. And they say below the frost line. Well, not only is this going to be below the frost line, it'll be inside the greenhouse. Well, the ground stays a consistent 50 to 55 degrees, even in the winter. So we will either set up just a little solar powered, like a little fan from a computer to blow that air in, or what we're going to test first is we make one side, so the pipes will be laying on the ground. They'll come up to an elbow at the end, and then they'll come up out of the ground. One will leave low right near the bottom because, you know, heat rises. Well, the other tube will have up higher. So the thermal dynamics of it, that heat rising should pull the cool air in from this side, passing it through those tubes at 55 degrees, and warmer air come back out. We're going to try it out. I've seen other videos with people who have built greenhouses. I think there's a guy in, I think it's Minnesota, that grows citrus in his greenhouse by using the thermal properties of the earth. Well, we're not probably going to grow any, well, all right. Full disclosure, Denise is dying to get a lemon tree. She loves fresh lemons. So we'll probably get just a little lemon tree. We'll leave it in a pot, so when it's nice out, we can leave it outside, but in the winter, we'll bring it in where it can stay warm. And yeah, so you can see we've got quite the tube. I took a little footage of Loki running through here. We'll throw that in the video for you. It's kind of cute. But we got to get these pipes in. We got some more rain coming and some snow, a little bit of snow coming on Saturday. So we're gonna get the pipes in. We might even double them up, meaning just 2 rows of pipes on next to each other just to get that extra airflow. We'll see how much 2-inch PVC we've got, and then we'll come back with the tractor and bury this back up, smooth it all out. And then when we're ready to build that greenhouse, you know we're going to bring you along for that. We're excited about it, and we'd like to get that up and running for next winter. All right, I just wanted to take you down to the other end, and with the truck in the background, give you some, maybe some mental framework for how big this is going to be. There's the other end, there's the truck. So we're going to put arms out, well, 1 or 2 pipes right down the middle, 1 or 2 out the sides there, and in the middle, and then right below your screen we'll have 2 more there. I don't think we'll have enough pipe to go that many, but I think, at least we'll get one extra run up and down the middle. But I'm really excited about that. If we really can heat the greenhouse completely passively, and as we go, we'll talk about it. We're going to probably put in a couple of water barrels to, water retains heat really well, so those will warm up during the day, release that heat back into the greenhouse at night. We did sink this down about a foot and a half on this side, so we are down in the ground a little bit anyway. The walls will be built up with wood, and then those ribs will come up over it. So total height is probably going to be, let's see, I think they're 12, I don't remember exactly. No, it's a full reach for me, so I think they're like 9 feet. Yeah, I'm not that tall, but I think at a full reach, I think I can touch the very middle of the rib at the top, and then we're going to put them on about a 2-foot wall on the side. So, it'll be a pretty good size greenhouse when we're all said and done, and just another project. But like I said, when that equipment's here, hey, let's maximize their use. And it's funny, Denise is like, you men can sit and watch a tractor work all day long and be mesmerized by it. And she's right. And I think what it is we're used to doing it by hand, and every time you see that bucket scoop in and take a big scoop of dirt and go, mentally my mind goes, okay, if I dug that out by hand into a wheelbarrow and moved it, that was an hour and a half worth of work done and done. It just mesmerizes me. She's absolutely right. So anyway, all right, well, we will show you a little more footage as we go. Oh, wow, look at this. Wow, wow, wow. Hope, you won't believe this.
They love their alfalfa, don't they?
Yes, they do. Okay, friends, well, it is another day, and it's been a few days since I've been out here to work on this. We've been working on the shower, and we had visitors, and seeding the roads, and of course, I'll be honest, I just can't even remember where I left off with what's going on here. So let me just recap real quick. This is the spot that they graded off that will be our greenhouse. And we want to use passive heating and cooling with air tubes, earth tubes as they call them. We have a bunch of 2-inch pipe that was left here by the previous owner, and so we are going to leverage that. And we put this in here. We had them come in and trench in here a couple feet deep. So we've got these glued up. Those uprights aren't glued in. They're just to make sure the dirt doesn't get back down in the tube. But You know, in looking up earth tubes, I did not see anybody that really specified whether it was going to be a 2-inch pipe, 4-inch pipe, 20-inch pipe. They just don't really say, but it also depends on what you're doing. There's a earth tube field you can create if you're heating or cooling a house, which actually sounds like a great idea. But we are just doing a greenhouse, as you know, as I just said. So these are all glued up. But while we're doing it, I'm just wondering, since we've gone to the work of getting these trenched out, dug in, we've got that drain pipe that is cut off from the barn. It was going to be used up there for the drainage from the rain gutters, and we will get more to replace it. But since I have it on hand, it's 4-inch pipe, and I feel like I need to put that in the ground as well, because once this is buried, we're not going to want to dig it back up, and we won't dig it back up. So if the 2-inch pipes aren't working, maybe the 4-inch pipe would, or maybe they can just work in tandem here. So I'm going to put that in place. And as I said, I've got these all glued in, and except for the end pieces, they will extend above the ground. I will glue in a longer piece on each one and cut off this, that's just scrap, obviously. I'll put the riser on there, and we'll get it all filled back in. And then once we have the greenhouse up, then we can cut it off to whatever length, or if we needed to put an adapter on there and raise it up even higher, we can do it at that point too. But we got to get the ground flattened back out, filled in, and all that. I did want to point out one thing here. Well, a couple things. You saw me gluing these up. Now, I've been told by a couple different plumbers, and I know it to be true, if this was actually for a build job and it was being inspected, I would be using that purple primer. If you've ever worked with PVC, you've seen it. And in case you don't know what it's for, the purple primer cleans it, and it helps soften the plastic a little bit, because the glue actually, the best way to describe it actually melts the plastic on both the coupler and the pipe itself. So once that glues up, you're not pulling it apart. Once it sets up, I should say, not glues up. But I don't need that. This isn't anything that's going to hold any pressure or need to have any pressure. And it's certainly not going to be inspected. This is, essentially, it's a hobby. And now there are a couple different kinds of connectors, and I really wasn't aware of this until recently. But see how this kind of curves back this way? You can put a T, and I'm always used to using the T's where it just comes straight across and straight out. Well, this is what they call a sweeping T. Now, if there's water flowing, you would put this so that if your water flow is going to be going this way, you put it so that water coming in has an easier time flowing through. Whereas if you have a straight T, that water actually hits and then has to turn itself, and it slows down the momentum, and you actually lose the energy of the water flowing into your drain. So I've got a sweeping T there. It's just what I had on hand. And the same here, sweeping T here. I made sure that the airflow is going to be going this way from that end to behind me. But anyway, that's a sweeping T, and chances are you'll probably never have to use one, but it's just something I learned and thought I'd share. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up, and I'm going to backfill some of this by shovel, and either I'll bring the tractor down, or my friend with his big tractor said he'd stop by and just flatten this all back out for me. But this is an exciting project. It's just kind of a fun project. Well, I say fun, but we get a greenhouse going and get more food growing. That's almost a necessity these days, isn't it? I think we've all been to the grocery store and suffered sticker shock, right? Okay, I'm gonna put you back on the tripod, grab my shovel, figure out how to secure this pipe in the ground. This will be the high side down here, the same with the 2-inch pipe. Low side, and yeah, there we have it. All right, friends, we're gonna call it a day. We've got our pipes in. We'll secure the black pipe up and get some more of this back filled. I am not doing this all by hand. There's no way. That's why I have a tractor, and we will push some of it in. We'll get the box blade and push it on out. We'll show you some footage when we do that, once we get it back to level. And of course, we'll show you when we're gonna start building our the actual greenhouse. But it's just kind of fun, you know, if you see, like I was saying, hopefully you could hear me. I did not have my microphone on at all, but you could see where we found one of the burn spots, the trash, where they dig the hole, throw their trash in, burn what burns, and anything else that doesn't burn just gets buried up. Found that. You just never know what you're gonna find. There's a turtle shell. We've got little green turtles all over the place here. This is like the 5th or 6th one I found. Oh, I do want to show you real quick. Hold on. Now, like I said, this has been a multi-day project and multi-day recording. So what gets put together and what gets edited out, it's hard to say at this point, but you know, it's just one of the projects going on, one of the projects I'm really excited about, and get our greenhouse going. And boy, wouldn't it be great if we could grow year round. Ooh, yeah, there's something the Uncle Sammy might not like if we're you know, self-sufficient. That's a dirty word these days, you would think. Anyway, one of the things I found in the burn pile, what is it? Well, this is the old apple, you know, the old dishware, the old plates and serving dishes and stuff that my grandma had, and they were given to my daughter Hope, and I actually found some of the pieces of one that got thrown in the trash pile. And it's just kind of a funny coincidence that she has those. I know she loves them, and Grandma always appreciated them. And yeah, I'll tell you a quick story too. My mom and aunt used to tease my grandfather when he would eat. He would turn his bowl or turn his plate. I don't know what kind of problem that is that made him do that, and maybe knowing my grandfather, being the joker that he was, he probably did it intentionally, and it probably just became a habit. But he would constantly turn like his bowl or whatever, and they told him he was going to wear out the bottom of the dishes. So anyway, boy, I wish y'all could have met my grandfather. He was a character. So anyway, all right, well, here we are. You know, again, we've got the Farm Where You Live Festival down in Asheville, and then the Mountain Preparedness, I said video, didn't I? Event. Farm Where You Live event, the Mountain Preparedness event. It's coming up in April and May. And, you know, if you're going to be in either Asheville in April, May is in about an hour south or hour north of Charlotte. Anyway, we'll be there for a couple of days. We'll put the links in the description below. And anyway, it's usually a really good time, and hope we can meet some of you in person. Get your Hori Hori knives ordered. Spring is pretty much here, even though we're going to be 20 degrees tonight. Peach trees are blooming. I think we're going to lose some blooms. This wind that's been carrying on and on and on, maybe that'll protect them a little bit. Let's hope. And Loki, what do you think? Oh, he's right. Get down there and hit that thumbs up for us and subscribe. We appreciate it. We really do. Anyway, we are praying for you, and we appreciate the prayers in kind. And, you know, just keep praying for this crazy world. Let's root the evil out of this world and learn how to get along with each other. I think that would be a most wonderful blessing. So anyway, hope you are all well. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. God bless. We'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody. Say bye, Loki. 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 Say bye. He's out of here. Bye.
Make it so.